Apparently in Australia, it's still the original release date. I hope it's bad in an enjoyable way. I'm just gonna do this because I have the time now. I haven't written down notes. I don't have a script. I don't work well with scripts. So a lot's happened since last time. I think a lot more marketing stuff happened after what I discussed.
You're gonna see these guys, Carnage and Venom, backing out. But first, I want to be bad guys.
I've changed. Really don't.
Movie marketing. This nigga really think he's Bruce Lee.
It has been a wild ride. I've gone from like being really excited for the movie from the first trailer to being not excited at all from the second trailer, which just showed way too much and reminded me of everything I'm not gonna like about the movie. But the movie released on digital the day before it released over here, and I got braces on the day that it released in cinemas. So I watched it the day before with my friend, and had a big, like, huge mega meal of different things that it was my final day to be able to eat. I had a fantastic fucking time watching it. There was all this hype for it, and it was funny as fuck. There were obviously a few flaws with it on the day when I first watched it, but I think I could excuse it because I understood what it was trying to do. Like, I get that the plot line is about, like, Venom and Eddie get together so well because they are a symbiotic relationship. Like, they took it very literally because that was the whole conflict with Carnage and Cletus. It was like, oh, then they don't know each other as well as Eddie does. They don't get it. And, obviously there's shit you watch the first time that is just fucking stupid, like the Carnage hacking into the computer with his tendrils. But, after sitting on it for a few days, it's been over a week now, since I've seen it. There are a lot of issues, like, it really, really falls apart. I've rewatched a few reviews of the original Venom from people who watched the second one to be like, well, what, I wanted to know what they thought of the original before I learn what they knew of the second one. And there are all of these arguments that are just like, you can say this exact same thing about the second one. If anything, it comes more into play now. Something that I've seen a lot of fans of Venom from the actual comics say is that Venom is intended to be the mixture of the symbiote and Eddie, while in the movies, Venom is basically just the symbiote, and, that's a lot of the conflict in the movies, is like that he's his own character and he doesn't agree with Eddie. And they exaggerate on that so much more in the second one, because Carnage, he doesn't feel like he's born or, like, created. It's not, because it's like, he's intended to be the son of Venom. He has, like, a new voice, and he's just, like, a whole new guy. Two of the things that I want to bring attention to that aren't from the actual movie are, there is a deleted scene of Carnage giving this big monologue of his evil plan, and Cletus and Screech, I think her name is, they were just like, whoa, I don't really like that. And in that scene, they're treated like they're the good guys, and I think that's why this, obviously that's why they removed it, but it really, like, the fact that his main, like, scene showing, like, I am the villain and this is my plan isn't in the movie. There's that video, and there is a video of Andy Serkis discussing the scene of Venom and Eddie's fight, in which he throws out a bunch of things, and I think that shows a lot of issues that I have with the movie as well. Both of those sum it up very well, I think.
These are very, very difficult characters to anthropomorphize, to actually make human, because of the size of the jaws up here, and also there's very little that you can get out of the eyebrows.
Venom's model, it has a permanent smile on it. You can't make him emote at all because of his eyes. Like, he's always just got that cool angry face. So it's like, yeah, I get the main conflict of the movie is it's like, oh, Carnage and Cletus don't get along, and that's why they lose in the end. But Carnage's existence, it just doesn't make sense for that reason. I don't need to bring up the fact he exists because Cletus bites Eddie, and it's like, couldn't a mosquito get the symbiote? I don't know if it's as vital, it might be nitpicky to point out, but the symbiote's powers are never established, ever. It just ruins, like, any sort of, like, holy shit, what's gonna happen? How's he gonna get out of this one? Because there's always something that he does. In the first movie, the symbiote has healing powers. He still does in this one.
Of course, Eddie can't ever really be hurt. He repairs himself. In
this movie now, Carnage can hack into computers. Venom has photographic memory and can can draw all of these things from memory instantly. What really bugged me is they don't establish how the fuck the actual, like, possession of the symbiote works. Like, because they established in the first movie that the symbiote is, like, killing Eddie, and, like, but he's also keeping him alive. Like, it's literally, like, you know, there's heaps of emphasis on it's a symbiotic relationship. But then Venom just leaves Eddie in this movie, and he's fine. And there's this one fucking scene in the movie where Eddie's voice has, like, a reverb on it, and it's implied, like, he's inside of Venom, but it's shot as if he's, like, hollow. So when Venom goes on Venom's girlfriend, which he does again in this movie, he has, like, the she-Venom, like, shape. But then he goes inside of a bicycle rider, and he's just vanished, like, he's just inside of them. And, like, the tendrils come out, and that's it. Which he does with Eddie as well. But then later, like, it's implied that, like, Venom is controlling them, but she's like, whoa, holy shit, what's going on? I'm driving this bicycle. But then there's a scene later on in this rave party where he's controlling someone else, but that other person has, like, is never shown until he leaves. So it's like the other person just, like, isn't even there. And I get that, like, yes, Venom can transform into just Venom and put Eddie inside with Eddie, and it does change, but it's not explained how that works. And then when you include that with other people, it just gets, like, overly complicated. It's just like there are no rules, and it's just like, it's whatever makes the movie continue. Obviously, the CG was better. The cinematography was better. Everything wasn't fucking blue. I was so happy about that. I've seen heaps of people complain that, like, everything's too zoomed in. Yes, that's an issue, but it's not as bad as Venom. There are some great fucking shots in the final battle where everything's set up to be like an evil wedding. Like, it's one of the tracks on the soundtrack is Unholy Matrimony, and in the deleted scene, Carnage refers to them as the
Unholy Trinity,
which is cringe as fuck because Carnage steals Venom's GF. There's a great shot of her, like, in this open casket. Everything's like this big red velvet. It looks gorgeous. Yeah, the mocap with Venom, you see him, like, climbing up buildings and running across things, and there's the shot where he's holding that guy up and he's about to eat him. Dude, look at his Vormouth! It swings around. Oh. The main difference between the first one and the second one is that the first one takes itself really seriously, and Venom is supposed to be, like, a huge badass character, and then they establish that, oh, he's a loser and he sucks, actually. The movie tells you that. And Andy Serkis knows this.
When we've talked about him before being like an out-of-control toddler, that is exactly what it's like, you know, an 8-foot toddler living in...
I want to be bad guys!
It's like, there's not that aspect of, like, whoa, he's like evil, demented, alien Spider-Man. It's just like, oh,
I am out of the closet!
And, like, there's stuff like his voice is done differently now.
Cookies! Oh! Ah!
Most of the movie is just repeating the same conflicts that Venom and Eddie have in the first movie. In the end, they sort it out. It's like, okay, you can eat people because you're an alien that needs to do that, but as long as it's bad people, so we're essentially a good guy. But now in this movie, each one of them doesn't like that. Venom, he's like, oh, the solution is that I can eat chicken and chocolate because it's the same chemicals you get from brains. I don't want to do that, actually. I want to eat people like we established in the first movie. And Eddie's like, no, I don't want you to eat people. And neither one has any reason. So that bugged me. And even like Carnage is like hardly established. He's essentially, I like the fact he's Woody Harrelson is a real like studio choice, I think, because he doesn't fit like what Cletus Cassidy is shown as in the comics. He's essentially the same character that he is in Natural Born Killers. Watch Natural Born Killers because this movie is essentially Natural Born Killers if it was like released in 2021 where everyone's fucking obsessed with superheroes. And it's like, if that character had like superhero powers. So just watch Natural Born Killers because there's stuff like the way that his backstory is displayed as a little cartoon. It's the same shit as Natural Born Killers where it's like, oh, we're gonna display it in some stylized way that makes it interesting. It's like, yeah, that's what fucking that other movie did. Carnage is such a big waste. Like, there's not much. I don't care. I'm not fussed. My main like concern with that is that he's supposed to be the Venom villain, like the main thing, and he's like he gets like 1 hour, and yeah, most of the movie is wasted on like Venom being like a silly goofball, and he's like,
I am out of the closet!
Even in the final battle, Venom's like, I don't want to come out, I'm scared. I don't like that.
New York City. Panic. Terror. Chaos. And that was before. Maximum carnage.
No one fucking talk to me about how I shouldn't be eating some braces off. I'll kill you. Get me my cigarettes. Don't you tell me that they'll kill me.
Give me my cigarettes! And don't tell me they'll kill me!
Spider-Man!
Screech or fucking Squeal or like I think Screech is the name of like one of the symbiotes in the comics. Whatever. She is fucking shit in this movie. They don't establish why she has superpowers. It's just like it's a Marvel movie. Whatever. Like it's like she's an X-Men or something. But it's like her whole fucking power is that she squeals and makes a loud noise that's high-pitched, which they establish multiple times in the movie. That's the weakness of the Venoms. And they do a great job of establishing this in the first movie, like how a fucking movie would. But in this one, they just have, like, characters will just say it, and, like, it's like fire. They don't like fire either. I don't know why. I guess that because they just say that. And like Eddie's girlfriend's boyfriend, who's like cucking him, he says it, and he like gets out some like gasoline and shit. I don't know how he knows it. Her power is the direct fucking weakness of the Venoms. And all it's used for is the whole plotline of Carnage and Cassidy don't get along. She could have been the fucking villain of the movie. They don't really fucking defeat her. It's just like, she just doesn't squeal in a convenient time, and he has, what the fuck's with my hair? And then they have like time to kill her. It's just disappointing. Heaps of people said this movie's boring. It's not boring. Fucking, the shit, like the shit that like the first Venom movie does is boring. You couldn't watch that for a shit watch unless you like wanted to sit down and like really get into it. It was on TV the day that we saw it, and we just watched a bit of the scene where it's like the homeless guy's name is Icarus, and like the evil Elon Musk is just talking about like, Icarus, you know, like the name of this person, yada yada, you're going to be very blah 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 blah, and it's like fucking this is boring, like because it's like a real movie. If you want something that's not boring, it's the second Venom movie, because there's always fucking shit going on. Like sure, you can say it's not movie-like, and it's, like, jam-packed of all of this fucking shit that makes no sense, but it's not boring. Because I've talked about the marketing, but I think it's such a weird choice that they advertise this movie as if it's like a 90-minute, like, boom, 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 done. Like, yes, it is to an extent, and like, people have said it's rushed. Like, it is, but it's not like so fast to the point where I would watch a 4D screening of it, in which shit happens every time something happens in the movie, because it would just fucking take me out of it every single time. Like, the shit with like the mega screen and all that fucking... I guess there's not many movies shorter than that are coming out, but like, I think of 40 movies. I think of like Movie World in Queensland, and it's like a shortened cut of Rio, and like where it's no filler, and like a shortened cut of the fucking Yogi Bear CG movie. Like, it's, you know, that's what you'd watch a fucking 4D screening of. He's like spits some like absolute fucking nonsense, and he's like, Eddie, you write that in your article, and then he literally writes this full fucking sentence to be all of the text besides his face on the front page of the fucking Daily Bugle. And they cut to a scene of like Screech reading it as if it's like a secret message to her. It's so fucking dumb. Like, it's like, what, like, he doesn't know what it fucking means. To anyone besides Screech, this is fucking nonsense. Like, yes, it's still PG-13 and everyone fucking hates that. But, more was shown, I think. Seeing someone on the ground with their head off, like, it's not perfect, but it's like, wow, they finally fucking did it. Like, they got close. I don't know, like, people were like, oh, it's pretty cringe that the one fuck in the movie is used in the big final act, but I think, like, it's pretty, like, the fact that they made the ending of, like, the villain's death is a huge fucking joke. And, like, you watch him go, fuck this guy, and like, everyone laughs. It's like, fuck, like, yeah, this movie knows what it's doing. The Little Sims cameo, because she does the song called where she says Venom. Apparently it's implied that that's why Venom goes up to the stage, is because the song goes Venom, Venom, and so that's why, but I didn't pick up on that originally. I only noticed it when it was used in the credit sequence. I thought that was fucking stupid. I thought they just googled Venom song and picked that out. This movie has the same cinematographer as Natural Born Killers? Are you fucking kidding? Fuck off. Just watch Natural Born Killers. Go watch Natural Born Killers.
I am out of pussy.
I guess I should talk about the end credit sequence thing. I got spoiled for it before. I knew it was gonna happen because it's like, well, what the fuck else are they gonna, like, what else are they gonna hint at? Because they do hint at introducing the next Venom, which is, he's gonna be yellow, I think. I liked how they did it when I first saw the movie. Looking at it now, I think they could have implied that he was in the MCU from the start. I didn't think there was anything that conflicted with that. But I guess it's for, like, future movies. You want to include Mobius and stuff, and he exists in the Venomverse. The Venom is now not in. So that's all the Venom videos until they do some more shit with him. I don't know if I'll care. I think this movie was just big for me because Venom 1 was big for me. I had a great time watching it originally on day one, and now I have the time to sit down and nitpick it. But I want to do videos about something other than fucking cape shit, because fucking all my videos on YouTube are about talking about fucking Marvel products. This fucking towel on my door, how embarrassing is that? I gotta, oh, fucking was having a shower. So, what did you guys think of Venom? Comment below what your, what the fuck, fucking mosquito? Fuck off, okay? I got a fucking mosquito bite my arm, that's who, what fucking cocksucker? Comment below and make sure to subscribe and ring that like bell. Oh fuck. These nuts!
Pussy.
Maybe this will ring a bell.